This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, all. So today topic is going to be extensions, right? So extensions is used to extend your current file. Okay, if you take any Visualforce page, a page can be associated with a standard controller. Am I right? And so this is a possible way you can create the page. So this a page can be associated with a standard controller, or a page can be associated with any of the class, Apex class. Am I right? So this is also a possible scenario for your Visualforce page. So this page is associated with inbuilt controller, and this page is associating with an Apex class. Okay, and any of these classes, either is a standard controller page, any of these pages, either is a standard controller page or custom controller page. So this is a standard controller page, and these are custom controller page. You can add more functionality to this page. In addition to the inbuilt controller, I can add more functionality by associating this page with an additional Apex class. How we are going to refer the additional Apex class? By using the attribute extension. So in the extension, I can refer one more class here. Okay, I can refer class 1, and I can refer class 2. So like that, I can add n number of classes to add more functionality to this page. So what is the use of these classes? The class is used to add additional functionality, and is used to override the existing functionalities in this class. So that is the use of your extension. Okay, so your standard controller page can be extended, and your custom controller page can also be extended. Extensions. I can refer in another class. Okay, right. We'll see what is the use, to add, to extend your standard controller, where I can implement this standard controller. We know standard controller can be used to override existing Visualforce pages, right? We already seen it. Suppose when I click on new button, I do not want the current page to be, the standard page to be rendered. Instead, my Visualforce page needs to be rendered. So what we will do? Okay, instead of when a user click on a new button, currently the standard page is rendered, and this is a standard page. So whatever we see here is a standard page layout. So instead of this, I would like to get the account details with the help of the Visualforce page. Okay, then what you will do? You will create a standard controller page, because we are going to override. We are going to override the page belongs to account object. The page, the UI belongs to standard controller account. So in order to override the standard controller page of account object, we create a standard controller page. Am I right? We already seen that example. If we go any of the existing pages, standard controller account page. Okay, this is a input output page. If I see whether input page you have created, did we create an input page? I don't think so. Okay, so let's take an example. So this is a standard controller. Okay, account page. I'm going with the input field. We'll follow this. Right, this is just an input page. So this is my page. Okay, so this is a new page actually. So this is a page I want. When a user click on a new button, this is a page I want. Then what you will do? You'll go to uh, the button section of your account object, customize accounts, a button links and actions. So these are the existing functionality you can override. These are the existing buttons, links you can override, right? So which function you would like to override? The new method, edit. Right now it's in standard page. So go with override, select. So what are these pages basically? All these pages are the standard controller page, pointing account object. So every pages you are seeing here is a standard controller page of account. No other pages will display here. Every page you take listed here or belongs to standard controller account. So only the standard controller account page can only be used to override your account standard pages. If you click on new, now it goes to my standard account input page. Got me? So these are will override the existing functionality. Now when I insert a row, what will happen? See, I need to include a save button also. So I need to include a save button, page lock buttons, command buttons, action, value, save. I got a save button. Now I can insert a row, and save. The record is inserted and goes to the detail page. So this is standard behavior of this button, right? This is standard behavior of this button. The record is inserted, and it takes you the it takes you to the standard page, the standard detail page, right? So these are the standard behavior of your the standard behavior when you insert any row into the using the standard layout. It takes you the detail page. Okay, it takes you the detail page of the record. The same behavior you can expect in your the method that belongs to standard controller. Okay, right. Now I do not want this standard behavior. I would like to override this functionality. Okay, what is the standard behavior of this method? This method belongs to inbuilt controller. Inbuilt controller. Okay, so the standard behavior of this method: insert the row into the database and redirect to the detail page of the record. Detail page of the record. That's the standard behavior. But I would like to override this functionality. What I would like to override? Before inserting a record into the database, I like to check the duplicate, whether duplicate account is there. If duplicate is found, then display the error message here. If duplicate account is found, display the error message here. So that's a functionality I would like to override. So which functionality I'm going to override? The first thing, we overridden the new functionality. So in order to override the new functionality, I need to have the page belongs to the standard controller account, right? Only that page can be used to override the standard functionality of your account. So we went to the button section, of account, and overridden the new method with my Visualforce page. So this page must be associated with standard controller. Now I have additional requirement. My requirement is to override this functionality. The default behavior of the functionalities which already been written by the system in your inbuilt standard controller class is basically inserting the record and redirect to the detail page. But now I would like to implement my own functionality. Okay, instead of inserting a record and redirect to the detail page, I would like to check in the database whether any duplicate record, any duplicate account is there in the name capital. If it is there, then display the error message. People follow this, right? So now I'm going to add one extension here, and I'm going to write a class. So the class is going to perform the duplicate check. The class is going to perform throwing the error message to the screen. Okay, so whatever logic you would like to override, I'm going to write the business logic in an additional class. So that class will be referred here in this page by using extension attribute. Okay, I cannot refer your general class as an extension. There is a rule you need to follow to write this class. Okay, so what is the rule? See here, any class you are going to write, you are going to use as an extension. So now extension class 1 is going to be used as an extension to the standard controller class account now. So what is the rule here? Listen, public class name. So this is how you write. This is how you create your class. And here, any class you are using as an extension to your standard controller class, that should have a constructor with argument of standard controller class object. Got me? So this is an inbuilt class. And when you declare a variable of class type, what does it mean? It's object, right? It's object basically. So the rule to write your extension. Okay, any class if you are going to use as an extension to the standard controller class, that class should have a constructor with argument of standard controller class type. Okay, so this is how you will write your class. So if you take any class, right, example 1, say I have an extension for, I'm going to use extension for contact. Okay, extension 2 or whatever. So how we are going to write the class now? This class must follow the rule. What is the rule? Public class, got me? And this should have a constructor that should have an argument of standard controller class variable, like this. Okay, there won't be any change. It's going to be standard controller only because it's an inbuilt generic class. It's an inbuilt generic class. We are going to have that class object as an argument to this class. Okay, right. And one more changes I'm going to do. This class belongs to namespace Apex pages. That's it. The standard controller class belongs to namespace Apex pages. So that's the old syntax you need to follow. People could do this. So that's how you will. Okay, rest of things is going to be your logic. Okay, everything else is going to be Apex logic. What you like to perform here. Okay, you like to add any additional methods. So that is going to be a regular business logic. Apex class. The only rule, it's going to have a constructor with argument of standard controller class type. Okay, got me? Similarly, in case if you are going to override the custom controller page. So this is a rule we have for overriding the standard controller page. So I can say override or extending the functionality of a standard controller. So this all you will follow the syntax. Okay, in case if I'm going to override a functionality of a custom controller page. Okay, so this for your standard controller page, and now we are going to see what is the rule to follow to override the a custom controller page. Listen here. So this is a class name, public class, and I'm going to have a constructor, right? The constructor is going to have an argument of this class object type. That's it. We'll follow this. So that's the same rule we are following. Okay, here it's a standard controller, right? So it's a generic class type. So we go with a predefined class type object, but this is our user defined class, right? We are adding more functionality in addition to the existing functionality, whatever business logic you written. I would like to override, or I would like to, and also I would like to add more functionalities to this page. Okay, so then what I do, I write a class with a constructor. Which class you are going to extend? I'm going to extend this employee class, right? Which class you are going to extend? I'm going to extend the employee class. So the constructor should have an argument of the class type variable. Which class you are going to extend? I'm going to extend the inbuilt standard controller class contact. Okay, so it's a generic class basically. It's a generic class. We cannot have a contact C or account C. It's a generic class type standard controller, right? So it's common for every class. So Apex pages dot standard controller cont. You'll follow this. That's the rule you have to follow to.
Ranjit, can you show me, like you said in the
Yes,
example,
yeah, tell me.
you said extensions can have multiple names, correct? Like you, in this example,
Yes,
you put,
yes.
okay, can you give me an example like extension 3 class? Okay, so in the constructor of that, how again you refer this employee class object?
Yes, you have to
Okay,
repeat.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes. You have to repeat. No other rule. You have to repeat. That's it.
So that means extension class is only fixed to only particular class, so it cannot have different classes.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay,
No, no, we cannot use it. It's only fixed to particular class. Yes,
class. Okay.
right. So now we are taking a scenario. We are taking a scenario to add additional functionality. Would like to override, right? So got me. So save is a method already written inside the inbuilt controller. So reason we are able to refer this method, right? Whenever you refer any method, that method must be written in the class side. But here we are able to refer the method save, which belongs to this inbuilt standard controller. So standard controller is a kind of class, okay? It's an inbuilt class which has a method save, cancel, delete. So there are methods written already in the inbuilt controller. That's the method we are referring here. So what is the standard behavior of this method? Insert the row into the object, whatever object you referred here, and redirect to the detail page. But now, before inserting, while inserting, I would like to check the duplicator. So that logic I would like to add here by using my extension class. So I'm going to write a class now. Right. What is the rule? Any name you can give. Okay. So now we can use this. Okay. Listen here. So this is a rule in case if I so it says like the extension unknown constructor. There is no constructor in this extension. Okay, so it's a rule you need to follow. What's happening? I think it's saving. Yeah. It is gone. Okay, this here. Right. Now we are going to add a functionality. Okay. See, what is this actually? This is an inbuilt standard controller class, right? You go here. standard controller class. So the class belongs to namespace Apex Pages. Okay, it's a library, right? And which defining an extension for a standard controller, right? Okay, so we have methods. We have methods in this controller. So what are the methods I have? I have add fields, cancel, delete, edit. So these are the methods available in the inbuilt controller, standard controller. Okay. So there is a method called save, right? That's the method we are referring from your Visualforce page. That's the method we are referring. So what are other methods we have? We have these are the methods, right? Delete, cancel, edit. We can get the ID from the URL. We can get the ID from the URL. We can get the record for the ID you pass in the URL. Okay, so you can see here, these are all instance methods. So how do you access the instance methods? So now I have the object here. And this class is now associated with this standard controller page. So whatever record under context, okay. So that record ID, whatever the record under context, the record I can get through this object. Through this instance, I can get the record under the context. Okay, it means what? The user, if trying to insert a row here, listen here, I'm trying to insert a row here. When I click on save, so this is a record under context, right? This is a value under context now, which is what value you are going to enter here. So how can I get this value? I can get this value in my extension by using the instance methods belongs to this controller class. The reason we have this argument, here, we are going to extend the functionality of the standard controller. How we are extending? We create the object, we include the object inside the constructor. The object, through object, I can access all these methods. So what method I am going to access here now? I am going to use get record. Okay, so get record returns the record under context. Which record under context? What are the record user trying to insert? That record I can refer in my extension side by using the instance of standard controller. So cont dot, so every method is available now, right? So get record. So this is going to return the record under context. Okay, we will follow this. Is going to return the record under context. What type of record is going to return? Okay, is a generic class, right? It's a generic class. This is not going to return, a specific object type. I cannot store it into directly account equality. I cannot do that because this is a generic class. It's a generic class. It's going to return, the return type is going to be a generic class type object A. Okay, we cannot use this standard controller class to return a specific object type. Then what do you have to do? We have to do the typecasting. How we are going to do the casting? You know how to do the casting? Account. We will follow this. So what is the standard controller basically? This is going to refer the instance of inbuilt class standard controller. When you refer like this, the CNT is referring an instance of S object. Okay, this one instance record is referring. Got me? And it has a methods. instance methods of standard controller class. Like a get record is used to get the record under context. So whatever record user is trying to insert, that record value can be automatically referred by using this method, instance methods, and get the record. Now every values I will have, right? So what I need to check basically the name of the account. Then how to get the name of the account? I can get like this. Now I can get the name like this. Got me? Right. So when I'm going to check the duplicate check, I'm going to check only when a user click on a save button. Okay, only when user click on a save button, I'm going to check this. So what method we are going to override? We are going to override. We're going to override the save method. Save. When I do this, what will happen? When I do this, what will happen? Now, when a user click on a save button, it will not go to this inbuilt class. It will go to this extension because we have overridden that method. Now I haven't included any logic. So now nothing will happen, right? If I click a save button, nothing will happen. Because now we are pointing this our custom save method, okay, in the same name. So now when a user click on a save button, it will see whether any class is written in this extension. If it is not there, then the system will look for a method in the inbuilt class. But now I already written this, right? I already included the similar method. So now this will be referred. We'll follow this. So now nothing is going to happen. Am I right? Nothing is going to happen. Right. Now we need to write our logic. So whatever you would like to do, now I'm going to include here. So this means we are trying to override the existing functionality with the help of extension. Okay. So what is our objective here? Before inserting, I need to check whether duplicate is there in the object or not. Okay, duplicate account in the same name. So select, right? We already covered in the duplicate check in your DML example also. People remember the DML example? We already covered. So why did he cover all this logic? In order to use here. Okay. I think here, I'm not sure whether it's duplicate 4. Okay, I'm not sure. Anyway, let me. Okay, let's go with this again. I just wanted to copy it back. Okay, so count of from account where name equal to ACC name. So this one you can use it. Okay, so I cannot use it because it's a local variable to method. So what I'm going to do, public account A get set. Okay, like this. ACC dot name. We'll follow this integer. So this may not be a get set. This need not be get set, right? So now I will check if duplicate is there or not. If count is greater than 0, then we are going to throw error message. Am I right? Text pages dot. Okay. Right. So let's try to insert this in the same similar record. Okay, I'm trying to insert a similar record, and it shows an error message. Okay, we'll follow this. Right. To refresh just a part of the page. Okay, we got it, right? So when there is no duplicate, then we are going to insert. Else what are you going to do? Which one I'm going to insert here? Just have to insert ACC. You will follow this. Just have to insert ACC, right? If you like to insert and then redirect to the detailed page. Okay, once inserted, can I save the parent? Yeah, what do you mean by this? It's a they are just in save the account record, right? It's account. Okay, account, we directly get the record and check the duplicate and save it. So now a save of controller, right? So controller, we cannot save it directly. Reason?
No.
This is subject type. This object type.
I mean, can you call directly account controller save, because it's a function there? Save is a part of that controller, correct? Account controller. So can you call directly, because you are already passing the object cont dot save.
Save and it does. Okay. Oh, you mean that? Okay.
Yeah,
See,
that's what I was
when
thinking.
right, I never use it. When I save that, what happens? If it's a generic class type. So generic class type without typecasting. So even if you get record, you do what happens actually? It returns the S object type. I cannot save this record directly into the database. I don't think so, because that method you're using it here from your VF side, but you think that way it works? No, I don't think so. These are and save. A variable doesn't exist. Okay, so see, this is a local variable. I can only use the methods here only. Here only I can use this. Okay, that doesn't make any sense here. Saving the record here, but
No.
maybe you can
Yeah,
have
you
a
have to
try.
make that as an instance
Yeah,
variable and do that. Okay, I'll try that.
yeah, right. maybe you can create an instance here, and see.
Yeah.
But that again, no, yeah, that maybe you have to go with a different understanding. Just try to do it. Okay, now I would like to redirect to the detailed page, right? Now what will happen if I try to insert any row? The record is inserted, but no, right? Nothing happens because we already overridden the standard functionality. The record is inserted, but I would like to redirect to the in another page. I would like to redirect to another page, detail page. Okay, so how to do that, right? So when you are redirect to the detail page, remove this re-render attribute because that will have a conflict, right? Okay, and now what I'm going to do, when it is successfully inserted, so I'm including a try catch block also here as a best practice. Okay, when successfully inserted, then redirect to the detail page. Okay, when you redirect to another page, what should be the method return type? Should be a page reference type. It should be a page reference type, and I'm going to create an instance of page reference. Okay, so for this instance, on successful insertion, we're going to redirect to the detail page. Got me? So new page reference, and okay, we are going to, once it is successfully inserted, and then I'm going to return page reference. Okay, and as well as in case what is the issue here? Unexpected token catch. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so any issues, then I like to throw the error message. So what error message I'm going to display? So whatever error message, whatever the exception captured, okay? So get message, what are the exception captured? So that message I like to display to the page. If any exception occurs in the DML operation, okay, else redirect to the detail page. Got me? So check the duplicate, a duplicate found, display the error message. If it is not, then insert the row and redirect to the detail page. Got me? So that's how we are going to do. In case any exception, then get the exception message and display it in the page. So click new. Now we are overridden the standard page with our a custom Visualforce page, and any duplicate record is inserted, the error is being thrown. Okay, and any record we insert, okay, the unique record we insert, it has go to the database and redirect to the detail page. So now we are able to override the standard functionality by using extension. So extension is used to override the standard functionality you can also add additional functionality as well. You can also add additional functionality, right? I can add additional methods here. My own method, send email. So whatever method, okay, send email. So this is my additional method, overriding the existing method, adding more functionality, overriding the existing functionality is a use of your extension. So extension is used to override existing functionality and extending the existing functionality and add more functionality. That is the use of your extension. You will follow this. Let's take one more scenario. Okay, let's take one more scenario.
Ranjit, I have one quick question.
Just go to the. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, Puji.
Yeah, instead of that, using extension is another feature in Salesforce. But suppose I want to check duplicate. Within same method, I mean that first class itself, I check it by using if-else logic, duplicate.
How will you write how will you modify this class?
No. I said that instead of using extension, that whatever duplicate you checked, right? So within that class itself, I can use that if-else logic to check that whether it's a duplicate or not. Then I can save into the object.
Yes, you can do that. That's what I'm doing here.
No, without extension, I said.
Hey, see, Ahmed, just we'll discuss at the end. We'll discuss at the end.
Okay.
Let me continue.
Okay.
Right. See here, all of you, I'd like to add some functionality to this existing page. The functionality what I'm going to add here, I'm going to add a button here to the standard page. I'm going to add a button here. When I click on a button, I'm going to send email. Okay, I'm going to send email to the contact. Who is the contact? Jen Cray. Okay, so Jen Cray email ID. So maybe this is email ID. So to this email ID, I would like to send email to the Jen Cray saying like, okay, saying like I would like to, I ask him update his contact details. If any change in his contact details, maybe the phone number or email, whatever, okay, I would like to remind the contact to update his contact details. It's a generic process. Anywhere the contact details are managed in the system, then you'll get notification periodically to keep update your contact details, right? So that's a kind of a functionality we are going to include here in the form of button. Okay, the button may be labeled as send email, okay, request contact update the contact, whatever. Okay, so when I click on this, as an agent, as a manager, I would like to send updates to the contacts by click on this. So then that needs to send email to the respective contact email, okay, and reminding to update the contact details, right? So in order to include a button, right, I'm talking about a custom button. So custom button we are going to include. Okay, when I click on a custom button, I need to verify, I need to get the email ID of this current record under context, and I'm going to use outbound email framework to send email to this contact. Okay, in order to add more functionality to the existing page. Okay, so what type of page I need to create? I need to create a standard controller page of contact. Okay, then how will you create a button? I go to the setup, how to create a button and place that button in the detail page of the contact record. So go to customize contact, button links and actions. So where I can add a buttons here, right? I can add a new actions, buttons. I can add a custom links. So new button. I label the button as request updates. Okay. So you can see here, the button can be added in the detail page in the form of link. The button can be added in the detail page in the form of link, or else button can be added in the detail page. So which is a detail page? So this is a detail page, right? So any record you see, so this is a detail page. If you like to add a button in this detail page, then I have to choose detail button. If I like to add a button in the list, so what is a list? You go to contact, click on go. So this is a list button, new contact, add to contact. These are standard button called list button because it appears in the list page, this list layout. So in order to add any button over here, any custom button, then you have to choose this option. Okay, like what next? The button is created. When I click on this button, I need to perform some logic. What logic we are going to perform in our scenario? I need to perform get the email ID of the record under context and send email to these contacts using outbound email message. So that's the logic I'm going to write. So okay, so I need to invoke some page, Visualforce page, when I click on a button. What type of page I need to write then? Okay, click on here. So what type of page are displayed here? Only the standard controller page pointing to contact object. Only those pages are displayed here. So that's the type of page we are going to create now and include our logic. People follow this? Is clear to all of you? So we are going to write one standard controller page, contact page, and there we are going to override this functionality. Will you follow this? So create a standard controller page, standard controller contact page. Okay, standard controller contact. Say this. Okay, see, instead of we can also enhance this application. We can add this button into account. We can add this button into account because the account may have multiple contacts. Then we click on this. Okay, when I click on this, what I'm going to do? Let me explain a paintbrush quickly. We can make this scenario more meaningful. So that's what I change this requirement to different perspective on the. So this is a page. So these are the page. So what are we going to do? We are going to include a button here. Email contacts. So this is a button I'm going to create. So follow this. So this is a button I'm going to create. Okay. Right. So when I click on this button, what should happen? A page should open. In that page, I should have all the contact last name and email. When I click on this button, the last name and email should display. Okay, should display in the form of an output field. We are not going to edit. We are not going to edit, right? If you are going to edit such kind of functionality, then you can display in edit mode. But I'm going to display it in output mode, and there I'm going to have a, the button request updates. Request updates. Okay, so when I click on these request updates, we are going to send email to all the contacts with a message. Okay, is there any changes in their contact details? So please update, please email us some type of message. Okay, so when I click on this, it does go to this page displaying all the contacts, and I click on request updates, the email should be triggered. See, this can be enhanced in multiple ways, right? You can have a checkbox. If you have a 10 contacts, for example, not every contact I'm going to send email, only the selected contacts I'd like to send email. So this can be enhanced in different ways. So the key point here is we are going to add a custom button and override and add more functionality. Okay, add more functionality to the existing standard page. We are using custom button. So what are the places we can add this standard controller page? Okay, standard controller page is used to override the existing actions. Your new, okay, your new. When you click on edit, now it's go to the standard page, right? We can override with our custom page also. So these are the places, okay, where you can use your standard controller page. Okay, and in addition to that, extension as well. Now I'm going to use a standard controller page in the detail page as a custom button also I can use. Okay, so this is one more place where I'm using the standard controller page. How we are overriding this standard pages by overriding the actions, by including a custom buttons, and that is also we can use the standard page as a sidebar component. You can also include as a link here. I can include one more link here. I click on this link, I can create the account record. I click on this link, I can execute my Visualforce page. Okay, right. Finally, we'll consolidate what are the places we can use our standard pages. We'll follow this. So let's quickly create this page. I'm going to create a page, standard page, accounts, contact. Okay, standard controller, account, right. I just create the template. The page name is standard page account count. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a button here. Am I right? In the account detail page. So I'm going to be customize account button links, new button. Request updates. Okay, we'll change the label. I make it as request updates here. Okay. Okay, request updates here. So detail page. So what is the page we are talking about? Standard page account. Okay. So whether you need to open in a new window or existing window with a sidebar, right? All those things you can decide. Display in a new window and save. Right. So once button is created, we need to add that button to the detail page. Okay. So for that, you need to go to the page layout and do that. The button is created. The button can be added to the detail page, but you need to edit the page layout and add that button. So which page layout you are going to edit? We are going to edit an account page layout. So go to any of the account record and edit layout. Okay, so in the page layout I have button section. So request update, drag and drop it here. Set. Got me? Buttons, drag and drop in the detail page. So why this button is appearing? Because this button is a detailed page type, right? So then the button is added. When you click on the button, now it takes you to the page whatever written. But we haven't written any content, right? Any content, we haven't added any content. Now we are going to add the content. What is the objective? Display the details of the contacts, last name and email, right? How will you refer the child records now here? Account dot contacts. People follow this. Column, header value, value, C dot, last name. Okay, we do this. Similarly, so what I need email. Okay. System now. Section header. Okay. Contacts of okay, all right. Then so command button is included, then form is required, right? Form tag is required. Right, this is a page we have written. Okay, so I go to any account, request update, it opens a window and display the contact in this format. Got me? Right, so you can add a more look and feel for your data table. Am I right? Request updates. Okay, some look and feel is added. Right, so now click on this, the email should be triggered to this email ID. So that's a requirement, right? Okay, so this is a standard page. It's a standard page. We are able to bring a list of records with the help of the standard child relationship name contacts, and able to bring this. But now when I click on this button, we are going to add more functionality. So how to add more functionality? We're going with the extension. Everyone is good with this? Everyone is good with this? extension for contacts. Right, what is the rule more? Public. Okay, so there is a right. The record under context here is the record under context here is not your contact. Your account is only a record under context. Okay, so let first add the extension. Yes, the extension is added. Okay, if you see here, I click on request. So what I got in the URL, I got the respective account ID. Am I right? I copy this and I copy this and paste it here. So this is the same ID. Am I right? The same ID basically is account ID. So the record under context is nothing but your account ID. Okay. If you refer the standard controller method, so Windows is open. Okay. Right. If you open the standard controller method, I have get ID. So it means what? This method is used to get ID from the URL. Okay. So what I can do in my here controller dot get ID. So what is going to return? It's going to return account ID. Okay. So public. So there I got the ID. Okay. Now we are going to add our logic. When I click on a send email method, send email contacts. Okay, email contacts, whatever. This is a method we are going to call. Right. If you listen here, so this is a method we are going to check. What are you going to check? Get all the contacts for this account. Get all the contacts with this account and using outbound email message, send email to the contact. Okay. Right now go with the static message. Then later you can enhance this application with help of email template as well. With help of email template also, you can do this, right? Email template, if you do this, then you just ask to pass the ID of the contact. Mass email message you can use. Okay, you can enhance the application with the mass email message, because in using mass email we can pass a target object IDs, multiple IDs you can pass. Right now we just go with the plain text message without email template, how to send email using single email message. Got me? So I request you to enhance this. Just a 5 to 10 minutes break, 5 minutes break. We'll continue this. Okay. I just copy this and sent in the chat window. I request you to try. Just try from your end. You got the page. You got the content. What I sent in the chat window, all of you. Right. Just try to enhance this. I put a mute for 5 minutes.
Ranjit, one sec.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, just now you shown the page layout, right? You added one button, na?
Ah,
For page layout. On page layout, there are a number of buttons, but when you went on the detailed page, only few buttons were appeared.
the buttons are and buttons with respect to the context only will appear. Not in every context the button will appear. Okay, with respect to the context only the button will appear. Yeah. Yeah, just enhance this functionality. No?
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so where we are, yes, we are here to send email to the contact. Okay, so let's. I hope you enhance this up. You created, you send email with a static message. So now I go with the email template. Email template. Okay. Email template. So template has been created. Okay. So first let me so how to get the contacts for a respective account. I need ID from contact um, account ID equal to ACC ID. All right. Now I'll go with the map also. Okay. All right. Messaging dot mouse email message. Messaging dot mouse email message. Okay. What is the error? Contact. Okay. So email one dot set target object IDs. So what I have to pass here? A list of IDs, right? Okay. So from conmap, I can get all the IDs of the contact like this. So where I can store this ID, account IDs. Okay. So this must be converted to list because this accepting only list, right? So list of ID. Okay, list of IDs, account IDs list. List there are multiple approach. I just go with one approach now. So now this I have to pass here. That's it. There are different ways you can achieve this. So now I got the target object IDs. Okay, to whom I am going to send email. Right. The next thing is I'm going to uh, select the email template, right? Set template ID. So how will you get the template ID? From the email, select email template object, right? Email template where a developer name equal to, so what is that name? So what I have to pass here, et.id. Okay, so two part is done now. So what is the next part? Next part is going to be messaging dot email new messaging dot email array email one, and then so finally you're going to push the email, right? You're going to push the email to the queue. Send email. You have to pass. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I haven't added any exceptions and all. If contact is not found, account is not doesn't have any contact. Okay. Those things I haven't put here. Maybe you can put here if greater than 0, then do all these things, right? Else else you can throw error message. Okay, else you can throw error message. The account doesn't have any contact. No contacts. Okay. Anyway, see this will occur in the contact account page only, right? So I don't think so. This makes any sense here. Okay, right. Let's go with the basic logic now. Okay, what are the main objective? What you're trying to do? Let's see, it's achieved or not. Okay, right. So I go to some account. Okay, so I have some contact here. Let's add one more contact for a demo. Okay, for a demo purpose. I go with okay, this ID. Let's say right. So now I am in the Arizona account, University of Arizona account. I have two contacts. Request updates. The contacts are available here. Send email. The send email must call this method, and the method is going to send email to the. Sorry, I just repeated. Sorry, send email. Maybe you can display the message saying like the email has been sent successfully. So that message you can display. Got me? Right. What I'm expecting here, I'm expecting emails here. Right. Request to update the contacts. So dear Abdul, please update your contact details if there are any changes. Got me? People follow this. So I do have received the email to another email ID as well. Multiple contacts. We are sending email to multiple contacts. Still running. Okay, the email is incorrect. Sorry, the email is incorrect. Right, right. People got this. Okay, email is incorrect. So I got the failure message. I got the failure message saying like an address to one email is failed. Okay, right. People follow this. You can enhance this application. You can enhance this application displaying, the contacts with the checkbox. So only the selected contacts send email, not for every contact. Only the selected contact. Okay, you can bring here. You can also add a column. With when the last update happened, last modified date. So when the last modified date is more than a month, then only those selected contacts alone you can send email, not for every contact. So you decide. Okay, you can sort the record based on the last modified date. So select the recently, the records which are not modified recently. Only for those records you are going to send email. Okay, so anyway you can, to multiple ways you can enhance this application. People follow this. We quickly take one more scenario now. We quickly take one more scenario now. So this is what you did, right? And one more example we have seen is duplicate check. Okay, this basically adding a custom button in detail page. So what about this? Overriding the standard functionality new. Okay, so here to step 1, create below pages and apex. Step 2, to follow this custom button and links and edit the standard button new. Okay, and choose a page. Okay, step 1. Right, so this is what you need to do to override your standard pages. Okay, what are the other places you can use your Visualforce page? Okay, I can include my Visualforce page in the Visualforce page tab also. I can create a tab, Visualforce page tabs, Visualforce page tabs. I can choose. So what happens here? Every Visualforce page is available. So this is not your standard controller extension or something. Every Visualforce page you can choose. Okay, I'm just giving a information where and all you can use a Visualforce page. I can also create a Visualforce page as a tab also. Got me? Okay, in the form of tab now, I click on a tab, the page will be, okay, Visualforce page will be, our page will be loaded, right? Some of the places where I can use the Visualforce page, right? So, okay, let's have a quick a demo. Uh, when I click on any account record, when I click on account record, okay, when I click on account record, what I'm expecting here, I need to get the account, and below the account I should have option to include more than one contact for the account. What I'm expecting here, when I click on when I view any account record, I should get the account details, some important details like name, phone number, industry, something, and below the section Okay, below the section, similar to this. Okay, similar to this. When I click on account record, I should get in another section below where I can give more than one contact for this account and click save button or insert contact. The contact should be inserted. So that's my requirement. We'll follow this. Okay, let's see how to do this. Contact page. Okay, you got the requirement, right? Right. So which page you are going to override? We're going to override the view page of account object. We're going to override the view page of account object. So I go to the page. Standard account view. Click OK. Account. Okay. Just without formatting, the simple formatting. Right. So this is a page you are going to use to override the view functionality. Setup, customize, accounts, button links. So what is the one we are going to override? View. Okay. So override Visualforce page, account view, save. Okay. So now we go to any page. Click on this. That's basic. Okay. Now what I need? I need to display a section to get more contacts. So this is additional functionality you are going to include, right? Okay. Okay. To add multiple rows, right? I need to create a collection of contact. So we are going with the extension now. So now we'll do this. Okay, got it. Okay, now list of contact. So why I'm going for list of contact? See, this is required to insert a contact for the account, right? This is required to insert a contact for the account. But how to get the contacts? How to get the contacts? We are going to create an input rows, right? An input rows needs to create. Okay. So before you create input rows, how many rows you need? How many rows you need? So those many empty record, empty element you should include. Those many elements you should have in this collection. Okay. When you refer this collection, how many rows in this collection? So those many rows will appear here. So how to include a input rows? A column is used to display the data in read-only mode. So here we are going to use input text or input field. Okay, input text value equal to c dot last name. Okay, so thing is here to use extension. Right. What is the issue here? Service. Okay, save here. Save. I just preview this page. I don't get any rows here because it doesn't have any element, no element in this collection, right? So we need to add a element into this collection. Okay, how many rows you need? Those many element you need to add. So contact C. I get a row here now. People got this. Okay. Okay, so similarly, I'm going to insert first name, phone. Right. What about the labels? So label we have to use header value. Okay, right now I just include only one row. So how to include a multiple rows here? You need to insert multiple times, am I right? So the two contacts now can be inserted. The two contacts can be inserted. Okay. So how to insert the contact? I need to include a button here. Am I right? I need to include a button here. Sorry, command button. Add contacts. Okay, add contacts. So when I click on this button, people who like to enhance this application on yourself instead of myself doing this can take this as an exercise. So what are you going to do?
Big question.
Yeah.
Can you go to that Apex program? Yeah, you said that for every row we
Yes.
need to contact C1, right? C1, C2. So if I have that
Okay.
millions of record, then I need to go with that approach, or I need to increment the counter till the end of that table record.
I don't get you, Ahmed.
No. You added C1, C2, right? Twice to display two rows.
Yes, yes,
And then in my
yes.
object, I have multiple record. Then this is not a feasible solution, right?
Why multiple records? You're going to add it is an insert room. Huh? This is insert. You're
Okay.
going to add a new record yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to add a new record yourself. We already seen an example how to add the rows also, right? When you click on a add button here, I need to add multiple rows, and I did delete the rows. Those the examples you already seen it. Okay, so those things you can combine and enhance this application. Okay, right now, how many records you can insert? The two records you can insert. Okay, so if I go to the account, I click on any view button, so I can insert two rows now. I can insert two contacts. When you click on this, what should happen? I need to insert these contacts for for the account under context. Okay, I need to insert con list. So whatever the user, whatever the value entered by the user, so that must be inserted. But we are going to insert this for the account, right? We already seen this in DML example. You remember, all of you? Contact C. That's the reason we have seen all those examples. Okay, DML example. So C dot account ID equal to A dot ID. So you populate all the contacts. Account ID going to be this account. Okay, account ID is going to be the parent account. Then we insert the contact. Then record will be the contact record will be inserted. Once inserted, I would like to redirect to the detailed page of the account. Okay, detailed page of the account. So our contact account, if you like to redirect, you can redirect. Okay, so those logic can include here. That's it. People follow this. So just try to enhance this example. Okay, see, I can do this, but you need to take this as an opportunity to enhance this application the way you want. Okay, with the knowledge whatever we gathered, just try to enhance this application. The purpose of this application is to override the view functionality of account page. Okay, account record page. and get contact for the account. That's it. Okay, so try to enhance the application. We'll meet tomorrow. Thanks to all of you guys. See you tomorrow then.
Ranjit, you have any plans to start admin classes in the
Yes.
near future?
It takes another month. In January month, I start 10:30 a.m. batch.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just handling lightning in the evening. Lightning going to be started in the morning as well. I'll let you know. The front desk will let you know the dates. Okay. Right.
Sir, one
Okay then. See you.